Hello. You alright? Hey? Hello. You want to be my friend, don't you? But you're a bit shy. You're not though, are you, Tup? Hello, Lucy. You're alright, sweetheart. Like you. And you, yeah? See, shy. You're alright though, aren't you? Yeah. Right, I'm off for a walk today. I'm going to walk around Robertton. And I'm going to walk over Park Hill. And get back to Woodburn by dusk, I think. I hope. I've left Sam the sheepdog here. Because he can be quite difficult to control, and I don't want that responsibility without Charlie here. Because Charlie's out grafting. So yeah, that's the coup with him. So I'm going for a big long walk to get rid of some of this belly pork. Because people are thinking I'm pregnant. Crazy, yeah? Alright, so today I've got my drone with me. So we're going to get some shots in my drone. I ordered the drone yesterday and spent the night doing updates and calibration and figuring out how it works. And today I think I'm ready for a few shots, which should be pretty cool, really. So here's why this place is called Woodburn. Nice, isn't it? It's lovely oxygen. It's just, the air is so fresh and clean here. It's really nice. Neighbour's house is for sale. I'd wonder where they were going, but they never spoke to us much. Over at Cattle Grid, stop the black face sheep from getting out. It's lovely, Burnfoot Valley. I've so enjoyed living here. It's so peaceful. We don't get a problem with the neighbours. We've had a bit of a problem with builders next door, but doesn't everyone get a problem with builders? This is where it is. I suppose when you're out here in the really nice, tranquil, quiet, and noisy builders come, and builders can be quite obnoxious. It all seems quite overwhelming and over-bloated. But all the same, they didn't need to treat us like that. It's lovely beach edging. Isn't it a pretty colour? Look at this. Isn't that something, eh? So this is the burn that flows through the wood at Woodburn. And it goes just down there, and there's a bridge just shortly down here where it flows into the Burnfoot water. Down this way we've got Deanhoff, which is a little village just by Hoscott, which is an estate owned by a couple, and they're really nice. They involve local people and they have events on at their big house and stuff. And everyone speaks very well of them. So because the air's so clean here, we get this lovely moss that grows. You don't get it where the air isn't clean. It just doesn't grow or exist. So here we have our bridge. I love this little bridge, but I don't think it's sufficient for some of the farmers in the area. 18 ton limit. They're probably not very chuffed about that, but it's a nice little bridge, and without this bridge we'd have to go all the way over this way, past Chisholm, over Chapel Hill and onto the A7 just to leave Woodburn. So this bridge is pretty essential for us. We'd have to go miles in a full circle to get to Foreman Hall for our bowling, our carpet bowling. So this is Boffitt Water, just down from Woodburn. Listen to that, isn't it lovely? So relaxing here. So over this way we've got the Crake Forest. And if you keep walking through the Crake Forest, you get to Esdalemuir, where Sammy Ling is. You've probably seen the Buddhist monastery on one of my previous videos. And this side we've got Hoyk. And the Boffitt Water takes you eventually to the River Teviot. It's lovely, isn't it? I think I might send my drone up. Silage bales for the sheep. Tough the winter months in the borders. And the grass here, it lacks selenium and thiamine. So some, you know, the sheep get these deficiencies if you don't give them like licky buckets and stuff. And they are cruel deficiencies. We've had CNN, which you've probably seen the video to that. And we've also had a selenium deficiency. And that lamb that had that was called Stumpy. And she couldn't get up to feed from her mum, so we had to cage her. And we kept giving her selenium injections, and in the end she just fought and fought and fought. And she started walking. And yeah, she's a funny little thing, but she's great for bringing lambs in because she don't panic. So she's got her usefulness. So you can see Woodburn farmhouse just up there. The white house on the just by the left of the trees. And this is the road to Robertton. And this is the road to Crake. I don't know where How Passley is, I've never heard of that. But you can see there's a sign to Chisholm Institute. Your Chisholm Institute is a place like a New Age sort of place where they read from a poet called Bashara, and they've got a shop in Hoyk where they have the Bashara archive. So their stuff's mainly centred around this Bashara guy. So the stuff's mainly centred around this Bashara guy, and I sort of looked into it, and it seems like it's based on Sufism, but I couldn't tell you much more without going up there and talking to them. They pretty much keep themselves to themselves and don't cause anyone any bother here. And they're always quite friendly when you talk to them. People choose the way they live, and if it ain't hurting anyone, it's fine, isn't it? You know, freedom of thought and belief is another human right, isn't it? This copse here looks a bit auspicious, and I always wondered if there was something there, like a tower house or something, or a mill or something, I don't know. Just because of the way the land is, but I don't know. I wasn't going to come out for a walk today because it's forecast rain, and when I took my drone up this morning, it sort of drizzled and it was just too wet really. Here's another burn. Presumably Burnfoot. Isn't that lovely? Look at that lovely farm scene. Yeah, nice. See that sign, Boffitt Bray, look. The blacksmith's called Black Fox Metalcraft. And they do some really nice signs for houses and pubs and stuff out of metal. They've got a website online, I can't remember the URL. But if you look up Black Fox Metalcraft, you'll find it. Most of the sheep around here are Cheviots. Because Cheviot Hills is not far away, you know. You only have to go to Jedburgh and up Carter Bar, and then you're looking over the Cheviots. It's about 30 miles away, not far. And Cheviot sheep are the far most popular breed of sheep here. We're quite, we got quite a rare breed, Teeswaters, and you don't get them in the borders. We haven't seen anyone else with Teeswaters in the borders. It's a lovely place, look at that. Why would anyone want to live in a city? It's beyond me. I've lived in cities and it's hell. It really is. I suppose if you like the arts and stuff like that, and you like the anonymity of being anybody, I suppose that's all right. And even in cities you have communities. I just love the peace and quiet, the countryside, me. If I want living at Woodburn or Ancram, I'd be in a tent in the countryside, not in a shop doorway, like I did in London. So here's Burnfoot Cemetery. Let's take a look inside. This place could really do with a strim. Our strimmer's knackered, otherwise I'd come up and do it. So here's all the people that lived in Boffick Valley before me and Charlie. John Pringle, Shepherd, Millsington, in memory of William Scott and Isabel Brown. Look at these lovely two Celtic crosses here. James Brown, farmer. Oh, Margaret Armstrong, look, 2010. That's a new grave. Oh, look. Alexander B. Powell, blacksmith, Boffick Bray, Burnfoot. James Grieve. Indian Forest Service. Gate look down there into towards Burnman, but it's all overgrown now, you can't get. Warwick, Margaret Warwick, Shepherd, Craik, who died at Meadshaw. John Stevenson and Jane Scott. Lockie. I wonder if he owned mill in Hoyk. In loving memory of James Elliott of Flex. Flex, is that a place? Weird. Some of these I can't read, they've faded so much. William Elliott. Christina Winthrop. Robert Grieve. Another Robert Grieve. Tenant in Stonehenge. Oh, look at this. Look at that. I wonder what that's got on about there, look. It's a skeleton, look, with wings. Weird. Behind this grave here. Can't read it. They're really creepy, them skeleton things. There's another one here, look. There. John Scott. James Scott. Blacksmith. Robert Anderson. John Moffat. Look at that urn, doesn't that look pretty? Must have been some man to have a big headstone like that. Here's a little grave here, look. Probably a kid or something. Walter Beatty. Look, there's a little angel one here. With skull. William Powell, so they must be related to the Powell that we've just seen down here. Now there's an headstone here that hasn't even been carved, it's an unmarked grave. Makes you wonder, doesn't it, unmarked? Just here, look. All it says is erected by NSG and DWG 2024. That's all it says. Isn't that strange? Right. I think it's time to put the drone up again. Well, that were a bit of a bugger. My drone failed. It hit a tree. I selected helix and it circled round and it got caught up in the tree, man. How crazy is that? First day, I'm out with it. Well, it's not damaged, I've just took it on another flight. And that's Burnfoot graveyard, let's go. Look at that, one hand, how simple's that? How simple's that? One hand, and people can't be bothered to do it. Crazy. See that church over in distance? That used to be a youth hostel. And he used to take kids out down to the creek and stuff. And the warden lived in the house next door. Look at that old tree on it, standing on its own. I always look at that when I pass by. Always attracts me attention, that. Look at that, how can a sign bend up like that? Before I met Charlie, I was completely alone. I was a wanderer for 15 years. I travelled everywhere, all around the country. Since I come back from India, I lived in India for about 2 years altogether. Made 3 trips. And when I come back from India, I ended up homeless on the streets of London. And I got terrorised. And had naysayers, what I call them naysayers. And they followed me everywhere. And tore up my life. And they subjected me to absolute misery. They terrorised me so badly that I couldn't no longer feel thirst or hunger, and lost the ability to look after myself. So even just surviving was a struggle. I talked to police about it, I talked to psychiatrists, I even blogged pages after pages of it, and I got so sick of writing about them that I just deleted it all. Because I didn't want them in my life. I didn't want this evil. I didn't want to write about it. I felt saturated with it. People don't realise that, you know, there's some mad people out there, right? And if they think you've got something they want, they'll stop at nothing to get it. That's what happens, man, in this world. People get terrorised. When I was at the Trimontium and I said about the open Colosseum, it's true. And you only have to look at like the social media these days and the way they pin people's photos up and subject them to cruelty and hatred. Hundreds and thousands of people being cruel to a picture of somebody. I'm beside myself, I really am with it. In the Bible it says people who are cruel ruin themselves by their own cruelty, and people who are kind benefit themselves from their kindness. I think it's in Proverbs, and that's so true. But isn't it frightening to know that's the way the country's going at the moment? It's absolutely repugnant. People are human beings, man, with souls, with dreams and aspirations. Shouldn't be pin up hatred pin-ups like Goldstein was in 1984. Here's a closer view of that lovely little church. I think I'm going to do a drone shot if I can get back in, if I can get back to the field. So there's a rickety old bridge down there with a sign on it saying not more than so many persons, and it wobbles like mad when you walk over it. Isn't that a beautiful kirk? Isn't that something? They've done it up lovely. I think a family brought it from the hostel association and have done it up to rent out, and then I think they're going to retire in it according to the bloke next door. What a lovely place to live, as long as you get on with your neighbour. Right, I think we're going to take up a drone shot. See you after. So isn't that just the most bonny scene in Scotland? So picturesque. What a beautiful place to have a kirk. Absolutely lovely. It's really nice to see it restored. Look at this old Nissan hut here. I wonder if it came from Stubbs camp. They're supposed to be all over the borders. Stubbs camp were a prisoner of war camp in the Second World War, I think. I think it was second. POW camp. So this field here is called the Snoot. They have the Robertton show here once a year. There's a video of the last one on my channel. Here's the Nissan hut, look. So we've walked about a mile now and took the drone up a couple of times. There's still a lot more to do and I don't think I've got enough light, so I'm just going to push on with my walk. So we have a phone box here, this one, and it works. It takes card payment. How's that? Look at faded paint and moss on it. Wow, look at these spider webs. Oh my word. Let's have a look. Yeah, it works. No cash calls though. Oh. And that was that. People don't realise how valuable these phone boxes are now they've all got mobile phones. But wait till you're in an emergency and you ain't got your mobile phone. You won't be saying they're no use anymore then, will you? You need to phone an ambulance or fire engine or cops. Isn't that pretty, look? You can make it out for branches. Lovely little glen that. Flowing here into Boffick, look. Look at them running to the gate, they think they're getting fed. Must be hungry. There's not much grass around this time of year. Serve sheep as well, they're bleating. Are you on your own? What you doing on your own? You're not very well. Oh, not very well. So there we have Roberton Kirk. Lovely service Reverend Cook gives there. We go to that church now, it's really nice. Lovely. Hungry animals, man. There must be a lamb now. Bit of a mixed bag that. Look at this. This fucking pisses me off, man. Stop dropping your litter in our valley. It's the idiots that go to Crate, man, to do the things they can't do at them. They're ones who leave the litter. Fucking idiots. Could really hurt one of the farm animals here, man. The other year, man, we had firework, a massive one set off in our paddock at Woodburn, right out in the middle of nowhere. And it freaked our sheep out, man. Nobody likes fireworks here, man, because there's so many farm animals and this is a farming community. It's absolutely bonkers to do it. The fireworks were massive, man. It were a huge tube. People like are fucked in the head. Look at berries on this, isn't that something? Look. Wow. Red, bright red. Look at that lovely view. Hello, Moo-Moos. Hello. Jock Thompson's cows. Oh, look, pheasant. Probably one of the ones that escaped Oscott. Female one. Males have all the plumage and the colours. How's that? In people, males have all the drab colours and the women display the colours. Odd, isn't it, how they swap that? And years ago, boys wore pink and girls wore blue. And for marriages, they wore black. Yeah. Strange how they switch things, isn't it? These are these Shetland things I was going on about. Look at that one with the horns. I think that was the tup I saw at Robertton show. Shetland things, man. I think they belonged to a vet, man. She had grass keep, same near us. And yeah, I'm not saying any hotels. But she's a nice woman. I spoke to her a few times and she's just moved into the village. Bloody roadkill everywhere. Ah, no worse than a rotten old bloated badger on the side of the road. Whoa, stinks, man. A lot of horses, man. And pheasant male one this time. Horses, man, they're just so special, man. Do you know they've got the energy of the land in them? And they move with such grace. God's creatures, man. God's creatures. Beautiful. So we're just in Robertton now and just approaching the Kirk and Foreman Hall. The Eggman used to live here. Used to get eggs from him, called him the Eggman. Well, our neighbour's got eggs from him. And yeah, now it belongs to the vet. But yeah, he moved to Ancram. So here's Foreman Hall, lovely, all that, man. We have carpet bowls, bingo, they have music there, everything, lovely. All the community come together and yeah, talk and socialise, and it's a terrific place, it really is. I've got to know everyone in Valley from there, well, almost everyone in Valley. So important, keep your village halls alive. So here's Roberton Kirk now, I'm just about to go weekday. I don't think the church is kept open, I think it's shut, but we'll have a walk round anyway. I don't know much about the church. I know it's the services are led by Alistair Cook. He's a lovely man. So here's Roberton Kirk. That window there were out for ages and they put it back in. It's bright orange inside, like an orange salmon pink. Nice church, man. And they've got lovely windows just this bit over here. See that lovely window? Isn't that lovely? Looks even better from the inside out. Big round window up there with diamond in it. Look at how close up of this one. Suppose we'll do the other window as well. Look at this, old bloody reefs on the floor from that. Crazy is that. We went to that service, it was lovely, talked about rainbow. This is side facing Foreman Hall, this, and the road. And here's the war memorial where it laid reefs and stuff. So Foreman Hall's actually a memorial hall for the Second World War. And there's all the names up of the people that died for the country. Just think, right, if those people's bravery created that hall so we could get together and know each other. How lovely is that? I'm not going to film inside church through window, man, because it's shut. You don't film things when it's shut. I will have a look if it's open though, but I doubt it. No, that's shut. we'll have a look another time. Like, I'll email the minister and see if he'll let us in to film. Right, that's Roberton Kirk done. Now we're going to walk over the Boffick River and then over past Park Hill and Chisholm and back to Woodburn, and that'll be my day. Here's them bloody Shetland sheep thing again, or Hebrideans or whatever they are. Not many of them in here. They're nice sheep, man. They're just, you can't do much with wool, man, and they've got not much meat on them, man. But if you're somewhere where you need hardy sheep, they're brilliant. And they've got lovely nature as well. Yeah, I've not come to give you food, and I've not come to drove you into the pen. I've come to film. That's it. So mind your own business and I'll be fine. Look at that. That's something, look. There's a Kirk there, look. Slippy this, man. Slippy. Oh, look, they're ready to be drove. Look, we're waiting to play the game. Oh my word. There's some goats there, look. Oh, oh, oh. Yeah, you look like nice sheep. Yeah, very nice and healthy, ain't ya? Yeah. I ain't got no food and I couldn't feed you anyway, even if I wanted to, because you might be on a diet, a special diet. So there's Roberton Kirk up there. Absolutely beautiful church, man. Beautiful. So we're going over this bridge here. I'm going to fly my drone over here. I really hope I don't end up in the Boffick. I mean, there's trees and stuff, so yeah, it's risky. I don't think I want to risk it actually, so I'm not going to bother. Look at that. And that's something, eh? Boffick water at Robertton. And that's something. I love this bridge here. It's just so healing to spend a moment there. Really nice. Look at that. And that's something, eh? That is so nice. Lovely. Off we go. Last bit now, and we're back at Woodburn. Crake via Chisholm. This is where I start huffing and puffing. It's all uphill from here. I'm not huffing and puffing as bad as I were. I really huffed and puffed when I first started this, man. I thought I was going to collapse. All my eyes were squinting and I couldn't get my breath. It was nuts. Oh, I'm knackered. Oh. Some worried chiviots over there. No, I haven't bothered with them. So it's pulling some miles, man. I don't usually walk this far. But I said to Charlie when he rung at lunch, I'll get a good night's sleep tonight because of it. And it'll lift my depression as well. So it's a win-win. Apart from crashing my drone. Oh, look at that view at Valley, isn't it lovely? Right, that's it for my filming today. Starting to lose a lot of light, and yeah, I think I'll quit here, just above Robertton. I've really enjoyed my walk today, and I'll be a lot happier tonight and less depressed, and I'll have a good night's sleep. What more could you get from a day's walk? Thanks for watching, and see you on my next film. Look what some lovely Brazilian woman gave me at Chisholm. How nice is that? Look, lovely, isn't it? Well, I'm almost back at Woodburn now, so I know I've finished my film at Robertton. But I've walked through Park Hill Farm and Chisholm, and now back to Woodburn. Quite some distance, and I'm proud of myself for doing it. And I met 3 nice people along the way, which is really lovely. See you on the next one.